We were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I wanna give you time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, you heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a man stronger than anyone I know. He shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share his home. I found a love.
Good morning, grasshoppers.
Just my secret to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so
Another day of diligent daily training.
I know we'll be alright.
We have an odd number.
Darling, just hold my hand. Be your girl, you'll be my man. I see my future
Giving everyone else a chance here. So we have 3 games, Viper Chess versus Monster Tula. Official Chess Stats has a Sicilian on his hands versus G2 Chowdhury. Knight F3 and D4, absolutely required. We have a nice old school Tarash defense in Ali Reza versus Chris Chess. D takes C4 is the move to take advantage of that. Bishop on D3. D takes C4 and B5. You can preface it with C takes D4. Chris Chess, good job. Now bishop to B7, but white has a chance to open up the E file. So maybe, just maybe, the knight doesn't belong on C6 in this Queen's Gambit accepted. D5 was the move in order to play rook E1 check after the push. Ali Reza missed his pawn push to get rid of his isolated pawn. I had given this song a thumbs down, but I'm going to give it one more chance. I actually don't see it in the playlist. At all. That's weird, right? I'm going to reshuffle this playlist and see what happens next. We had a little bit of a late start. It is possible that the vast majority of our participants are coming in from the Discord, and I feel absolutely terrible that I didn't get the Discord notification up sooner in the last 2 days. 3XK, what's going on? 3XK joined late. Anarku, good morning. That must mean that Rajev is not far behind in joining. It is great to have you, Anarku. I can only say how impressed I am that everyone joins through the Discord. And I realize the power of the Discord right about now. I used to put more value in the messages sent to the Lead Chess members, but we only had like 2 or 3 entries from the messages sent to Lead Chess members. The moment I got it on the Discord, we sprang from like 3 to 10, or 3 to 9. We're hoping to break that 10-player barrier. We've had at least 20 on many occasions this week. Very proud of the attendance and as far as the people who want to become better at chess. U2 Chowdhury, what happened there? Oh no, my official chess stats. Is everything okay? Unless he was expecting a bye. Even though he played only 1 move, they still pulled him out of the tournament, or did he do that himself? Personally, I think you should get the half-point bye in the most recent round that you joined in and unplayed for the previous rounds. This is very misleading that you get a half-point bye in the first round. That would be much more clear to determine at what point during the tournament you actually joined with a half-point bye and then withdrew. Viper played a really good game in round 1 versus my official chess stats. I actually thought my official chess stats did a very good job right up into the last possible minute in that particular game. My official chess stats played white very solidly with the Catalan or an anti-Indian defense with c3. Ended up in a Queen's Gambit / Catalan versus an isolated d-pawn. And then this pawn becomes a little bit of a weakness for my official chess stats as Viper attempts to put more pressure on each and every step of the way. This is a very good way to annoy the opponent and put more pressure on the f2 square. And everything seemed to be going well for my official chess stats. He had to take this opportunity to work his way around. Took his eye off of e6, and Viper came up with a tactical shot to pin the queen. And then came up with another tactical shot to set up possible checkmate. Or winning more material. And then went for the win of the queen instead of the bait. For whatever reason, this particular check would have made it. Check. So, we're already in trouble, obviously. No matter which way we go, we're in trouble. King to f8 was probably the most circumspect move, and after king to h7, the queen was lost, the rook was lost, possibly the knight also was lost, and there's a back rank mate threat after bishop takes check. The king cannot move back because the queen takes with the threat of mate on the back rank, as well as other things going on. It's very tricky. If we were to move up, we just simply lose almost everything with check. No? Yeah. So he chose to hang it up then. But my official chess tets played a very good game, very solid game, right up to the moment that he couldn't coordinate his pieces later in the game. Which is why I recommend going over Grandmaster games through and through as much as you can. Find a world champion. The latest volume, which was contributed by MD Knight to the Dojo library through the Amazon wishlist. I don't know that. Just take a quick peek here. MD Knight is not here at the moment, but you may find the Amazon wishlist here if you wish to contribute to the Dojo library. Primarily, we're studying the great players, and we are, by osmosis, absorbing the patterns of play of each of those players. 3XK is back. It does take time to learn to coordinate your pieces, and it does take a certain amount of diligence. You think about how you were read to as a child. You learned how to read and write based on reading complete stories.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
Good morning, Rezan87. How are you? I think it may be a little late to join the dojo in this particular event, but you could try to join for a later event. We're after round 3 at this moment, halfway through the event. All right, moment of truth. French defense. Are we going to be a classical French defense player? Yes. Let's go with the classical French defense. And now, what kind of a player are we? A McCutcheon player. Let's go with the McCutcheon because we like to attack. We also like to counterattack. Well, the b takes c3 was the natural move there, unfortunately. So in this particular position, there are a couple threats that black has as far as undermining the white pawn structure. We're going to continue on our merry way as far as attacking and breaking down the dark squares in the center. We have a nice rare occurrence here with the triple pawns. So yeah, Chris Chess, you did really, really well to get through. We're just going to continue developing. They have a queen and a knight out. We have a queen and a knight out. They have a queen, knight, and bishop out. It is safe for us to castle. Does not look so safe, but it's safe. So far, there's no realistic way to defend all the pawns. We've run out of options as far as recapturing. There's a bit of overprotection in place. Getting our rook to the c file. Bishop d7 was more accurate. Bishop d7, rook c8, and knight a5 was far more accurate than b6. b6 was really lame. I have no idea what I was doing with b6, to be honest. So we're going to continue with the same exact plan that we were just discussing. And with the weakness of a6, threatening to go to c4. Piece coordination is the order of the day. Now, where is that knight headed? I'm still dreaming and hoping about playing a6 and b5 at some point in the future. If his knight goes to b5, I will lop it off. That's interesting. The a4 pawn is still a target and a weakness. I am mildly concerned for my last rank. That much is true. Do I wish to? I don't really have much of a choice here, but I have to create some form of open lines for myself. Are those pawns falling? Should we fix them? We have to consider fixing them. I mean, it is possible that I have absolutely nothing in this position. No! Finally a moment of weakness on the opponent's part. If he doubled rooks, I was still a little bit uncertain as to whether or not the initiative was going to carry. It obviously was, but still. And now... Chris Chess, you played very okay. Rezon, where are you from? I am FIDE trainer and national master John MacArthur. I moved to New York City in 1987, years after I began playing chess to become a master, December of 1988. What? 1989? Yes, it was 1989. I apologize. I moved to New York City in December of 1988. And I became a master in December of 1989. December 12th, 1988. The coldest December 12th in New York City history. I was a member of both the Manhattan and the Marshall chess clubs. I think I still need some more F4s, unfortunately. I am optimizing all of my openings. Oh, that is beautiful. Is this northern or southern France? Let me just check the weather here. I'll be able to tell in just one moment. It's warmer there than it is here. It is warmer for you than it is for me. That is for certain. I believe we're in the 50s or about 14 degrees Celsius. Let me just check while I'm at it. Even though Alexa told me what it was this morning. 12 degrees Celsius. I thought it was just a smidgen better than that. But I was wrong. Oh, we're going to start breaking down this structure. Let's break it down this way with the wing pawn. By the way, in general, well, that's interesting. He's giving up the center completely. I'll take it. I don't mind at all. If you're going to give up the center, right now I have 2 center pawns. My opponent only has 1 center pawn. And we are going to be applying a smidgen of pressure. I hope he enjoys it. I was really worried about this Rihanna cover, to tell you the truth. Ye gats. Well, I'm going to get castled before anything bad happens. I put my hands in. Oh, I threw my hands in the air. Come a little closer. Oh, it looks like there are some opportunities happening here. Round and around we go. Hold me now. So knight e5, bishop takes, knight takes. Bishop attacks, takes. How much desperadoing can we get out of this? Let's see what we can get out of this desperadoing. So I still have one very long and complete. Not just one thing you take, it's given. Round and around and around and around go. My opponent has hornswoggled the bishop pair out of me. I still have 2 center pawns. I am a little bit proud of that. Not so proud, but a little bit proud. Should I take over the center with d4 and reinforce myself, or should I just put a rook on the 7th on the open file? Yeah, let's tag that pawn. And now d3, followed by e4. Somehow I knew he would actually take the bait on attacking my knight, so we can gain time on his bishop with check. d2, Chowdhury is a very respectable player. It is important to respect all of your opponents at all times. Now we'll resume our regularly scheduled programming as far as attacking and attacking and attacking. How you feel about it? And the way you move. We're going to continue upon a plan. Keep attacking as needed. Now the threat to the bishop. That was the purpose of knight e3. He could have slowed me down with a timely rook to e8. All right. We're going to keep following through on our plan, though, which is giving up our e5 square advantage, unfortunately. But at the same time, we are going to be pushing through on the king side. I no longer need my knight to be attacking absolutely everything. Here we go. We're going to continue. And now we have to make a decision. Does that knight have any squares? That is the question. It does have squares. I really just want to play knight to d5, knight to e4, and then barrel through. But he is attacking h2 with check. Let's keep up the pressure on the bishop. Oh no! No! G2 folded a bit under the pressure of. So now G7 is hanging, but the bishop is also hanging, as it turns out. Taking advantage of the pin on the G7 pawn. We open up the G file just appropriately enough.
Time is running out.
Can we? Uh-oh. It's a small, unpleasant surprise happening. It was a good idea, though, to attack the bishop that was threatening the king with check. I was very lucky once again, everybody. Thank you, Razan. Are you able to play any over-the-board chess? I remember there was a place in La Rochelle. I did not go to the touristy areas of La Rochelle when I was there. I went to the small cafes along the water. I mean, there was another small cafe on a back street not far from the water that had nothing but about 6, maybe 7 chessboards up, and they were playing chess in the afternoon. It was October of 1994. It was quite lovely. It reminded me of a place outside Paris in Montpellier. No, not Montpellier. In Mons. No. What is the area of Paris with the tower? They've got this really ugly tower. And it's the place where Alexine's grave is located. It begins with Mon, but I can't think of the name of it. Montmartre. I think it's Montmartre. I could be mispronouncing it too. I apologize. 4 years of French and I'm barely able to pronounce things correctly, you know? When you don't use it, you lose it. Montmartre, yes. They have the ugly tower. There was another place there. If you go to a little cafe there, which is, so Alicante Cemetery is along this street, and it's on that side of the street. Now you walk down the street along the entrance, away from the entrance, and the cafe bar area where International Master Kamran Shirazi hangs out. That is where we met up with him. But we had a dinner on a previous night earlier at the top of that really ugly tower. It was a nice view, of course. I'm going to see if I need one more F4. So we hung out with Shirazi. This was in 2013 or 14. Might have been 2015. We're going to play the King's Gambit. We're not going to be gambiting this pawn. I promise you. Should we? All right, I'll take it. I can't help myself. I am willing to take it. Little serious. My opponent is still insisting on playing the Falkbeer counter gambit. So first things first, since I'm up a pawn, I need to ensure that there won't be any counterplay. Can I allow him that check? I don't think I have much of a choice. Now I really do have to think. Yes? Mm-hmm. Very little choice here. I am the one who is up a pawn. So we're going to just continue to make an impression on our opponent very slowly, very assuredly. We do wish to capture. Now we need to break the pin. I don't know what we can do with our knight just yet. Just going to continue to centralize our pieces and cross our fingers for the best as though we know what we're doing. Viper is an extremely dangerous opponent. As I have mentioned before, you must respect your opponents at all times. Can I? Bishop d6, e5. Bishop takes f3, queen takes f3, rook takes f3. Got it. I'm not just tagging the bishop, I'm also tagging the pawn on c7, tagging f7, trying to get a square for my knight. Don't mind me. I wouldn't mind a trade. Just a small exchange amongst friends. I'm attacking the pawn on a5 now. Hoping to increase some pressure. Some pressure on this. Should I take or should I continue to weaken? Let's put our material on dark square so he doesn't have queen h4 threatening mate and my rook at the same time. That was a loose piece when it was sitting on e1. Watch out for your loose pieces. And now we're going to shift gears just a little bit. Should I capture? I don't know. It seems really, really awkward to capture. I want to put my knight on e4. Should I play e5? Bishop takes e5, knight e4. No, let's not force the issue. Believe it or not. Now my opponent is coming in. We're going to see where he chooses to place his pieces. And now for something completely different. Are we ready to play knight e5 yet? Are we ready to play e5 yet? I don't really want bishop to b4 to happen. So we'll keep everything under wraps. Actually, that was the best square for my knight. What was I thinking? We had knight d1. I did not think about putting my knight on that square. But better late than never, everyone. Better late than never. Should I? Should I just continue on my merry way? Should I ignore the fact that he can take that? Let us see what we can do. Now we have d5, we have c4. So he's trying for a skewer. That's quite okay. We do want to trade. We wish to trade pieces. And now we have a very tough choice as to whether or not we want to put our knight on d5. I think we do want to put our knight on d5. His queen has to stay guarding. You know what? Let's go back to our original idea of playing knight f5. We're not so much threatening queen takes g7, obviously, but we're threatening knight takes h6 and that. He doesn't have much of a choice here. Used to rule the world. So now the queen is hanging, rook is hanging. We can discover on his queen, which is not protected. Oops, I think he forgot about my rook on h3. He put my rook on h3. Victory. He did. He put my rook on h3 a long time ago. Yeah, lots of stairs, indeed. Thank you for that memory. I vaguely remember there being an elevator, though. I think one of the elevators was out of order, but I visited Alekhine's grave the next morning after we met Shirazi and Montmartre at the cafe. We were planning on going over in the evening, but apparently the cemetery closed at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock right before sundown. And the next morning we were leaving for the airport. And so, of course, I made this harrowing decision to try to travel across Paris from the district we were staying, which is literally all the way across Paris. Get up really early, go the crack of the opening at like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., visit Alekhine's grave, pay my respects, and then boogie on back to meet everyone at the airport because they were going to start ahead with my bags. And they did that, and I made it, and everybody was happy. Except for my co-teacher and administrator who had to manage all of the kids on her own because I should have been there. But I should have planned ahead. It never occurred to me until I think Shirazi might have mentioned that Alekhine was buried in the cemetery nearest us. Viper, good work, sir. Even though I managed to nip Viper in the end. Namaste, everyone. So, Razan, please check out our socials. You may subscribe on YouTube to see the previous broadcasts if you're not a subscriber here. If you wish to see the previous broadcasts, especially the instructional playlists. Well, I didn't put them in there. Note to self to finish the playlist. Hold on, I want to write that down that I didn't finish the playlist. I have 3 playlists on YouTube. Memorable games, understanding pawn play, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one, but there are 3 playlists. Great players and great games. Great players and great games. Playlist on YouTube. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Of course, you can watch the average weathering of events. My lights go out because I am reminded that I have to go teach Sunrise chess just now, unfortunately. But I really want to thank everyone for coming. Please join the Discord. It seems like the vast majority of the people that are joining in this event come from the Discord. So I have to send the Discord announcement at least 20 minutes in advance of the tournament. Most of the time I get it out after the first round starts lately, even though it hasn't affected attendance so much. But definitely subscribe on the YouTube if you can. Join me on Instagram and Twitter. I will follow you back. If you don't have a private profile, after if you follow me and I recognize your name, let's just put it that way, I will follow you back maybe. If it's not a private, if you have a private Instagram, I don't necessarily follow you back. I don't want you to feel awkward about not accepting my follow back if you have a private Instagram. But Twitter is always good. You can always message me on Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter and let me know that you're okay with me following on Instagram if needed. Aside from that, I am going to roll. I'm going to see where we are headed here. The Women's World Championship qualifier is coming out to determine the 18th Women's World Champion. Thank you, Razan. We're going to raid my good friend and favorite Hungarian cutie, Zepru. I hope she's doing exercises like she was the other day. Annette and Chris Enright, thank you so much. Cheers and thank you. Oh, don't you hate it when you have the YouTube name? I believe you can change your YouTube name, by the way, if you needed to. I prefer slightly greater internet safety for the average viewer. But if you are a couple, the more power to you. Thank you so much. Wanted to say. Definitely picked up 1 for 2, 1 subscriber for 2 people on YouTube there. I appreciate it. We'll get slowly to 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll actually be rewarded for producing content for YouTube. It's a tough call whether or not you want to produce YouTube content and or not get paid for it versus getting paid for it. You want to say and let the words fall out. Let's make sure I spelled her name correctly. I really hate it when that happens. Let me roll the ending credits. I have to run off to Sunrise Chess. We will, let's see if I want to see if the YouTube subscriber shows up as a new subscriber. Razan, you get your credit in the rolling credits. And Annette and Chris Enright get their rolling credit. Unfortunately, if I didn't have to run off to teach, I would stay. Next week, though, all right, we're going to put in extra time on both Monday and Tuesday of next week. So we have a 4-day streaming weekend coming up. I don't know how much because I spend time with my family on the weekends as well. But with 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, please join the Rapid and Classical Chess Dojo for tournaments tomorrow. The Rapid and Classical Chess Dojo is for the weekend. Cheers and thank you. Have a great day, everyone.